Hello everyone, it's AJ. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to take a look at the movie Free Guy. Yes, I saw Free Guy last night and now I'm going to give you my thoughts and review on it. So let's get into it. Okay, so Free Guy is obviously it's Ryan Reynolds' new movie. The film is produced by 20th Century Studios, so it is a subsidiary of Disney. So obviously, like I said, Ryan Reynolds stars as Guy. You have Jodie Comer as Millie. Now, I've not really seen her in anything. I know she played Rey's mother in the last Star Wars film, so that was just a blink and you miss it part. Taika Waititi plays Antoine, the film's antagonist. Taika Waititi we know as the director of Thor Ragnarok, yes, and obviously he has starred in several films himself as well. Joe Keighley of Stranger Things plays a character called Keys. The film is directed by Sean Levy, who has directed the Free Night in the Museum films. He directed the Hugh Jackman movie Real Steel and has directed Stranger Things, and I believe he's a producer on Stranger Things as well, to clued up on the world of gaming and this sort of thing, and that's what this film gets into. Now, before I begin, I will say that I wasn't enamoured with the marketing material for this film. It kind of bugged me that they had to use Deadpool, the character, to market this film. Kind of like, well, no one will go and see a Ryan Reynolds film without Deadpool being, you know what I mean? Ryan Reynolds did used to be box office poison. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Ryan Reynolds. He's good in everything he does. But people just didn't want to go and see his films back in the day. Not until Deadpool did his career really pick up steam and take off again. So the marketing did bother me in that sense, that Disney and that did feel the need to include Deadpool as a marketing ploy for this film. I didn't know much about the film going into it. I mean, I knew it was coming. I knew roughly what it was about, but I've pretty much ignored it. I don't really read a lot about films coming up. I don't want to be spoilt by things. That something comes out, I'm just like, oh, I'll go and see it. So anyway, so I did go and see Free Guy. So so the film, basically, Ryan Reynolds plays a NPC, a non-playable character. So imagine a game like Grand Theft Auto. You have these characters in the background that just do their, every time you turn it on, they're sort of in the same place, doing the same thing. You can go up, you can punch them and all this sort of stuff. He's one of those sort of characters. He plays a bank clerk. What happens is he kind of breaks his programming when he meets Millie. Now, people who play in the game, they've all got sunglasses on. They're all known as sunglass people to the non-playable characters. They're the ones that do all the amazing stuff, that goes on in this world around these NPCs. When Ryan Reynolds' Guy comes in contact with Millie, he passes her by in the street. It sets off a chain of events where he kind of breaks his programming. Now, Millie in the game, she's looking for code, because she'd actually created code for this game that was stolen by Taika Waititi's character to create Free World. She was creating her own sort of sentient artificial intelligence game whereby you could watch characters grow within this world and adapt and develop with from their surroundings and this sort of thing. But Taika Waititi's character Antoine had taken the code and used it as a basis for building Free City, which is the world that these characters now inhabit. And Millie's in the game looking for some kind of proof that this had occurred. And so when Ryan Reynolds' Guy meets Millie, his programming changes, he alters, and he starts to grow. He starts to develop and grow as an individual. Joe Keighley works for Antoine, but he's also secretly helping Millie out to find his programming, because along with her, he had developed it. So the programme touches on themes of like individuality, love, friendship, the appreciation of life and all this sort of thing. As you see Ryan Reynolds' character grow. And the outside world starts getting behind this character and seeing the stuff that he's doing in the game and all this sort of nonsense that's going on. The film does have a wealth of cameos in it, including John Krasinski does a voice in it, Dwayne Johnson, Hugh Jackman. Not that you'd know, I only know that because I saw it. Yeah, Channing Tatum pops up in a role. Funny scene in the film, one of the funniest scenes in the film, and there is an appearance by a MCU alumni. One of the founding members of the MCU pops up in a role which I won't spoil, but yes, it was a fantastic scene. The film's great. Ryan Reynolds done very well. I mean, like I said, Ryan Reynolds is good in everything he does. No matter how bad the film is, Ryan Reynolds is very watchable. But he has he is Ryan Reynolds, isn't he? His range isn't that vast. He does the same thing in every film that he does, and I don't mind that from Ryan Reynolds. There's other actors I don't mind that from either. Jodie Comer's Millie. Yeah, I didn't really take to her in it. Something about her, I can't pinpoint what it was. I didn't really like her. Taika Waititi was great. He was a lot of fun. He needs to be in front of the camera a lot more in films. He's great behind the camera, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to see him in front of the camera. And Joe Keighley, you know, take him or leave him sort of thing. He's not really someone who I have any interest in. So the film was a lot of fun from beginning to end. It was highly enjoyable. I didn't think I was really going to like it. Obviously, there are you can draw parallels to Ready Player One. It's not as visceral or as visual as that film, but it does play on the fact that lots of people in the world spend time in essentially games, yeah, in another life game scenario sort of thing. Like I said, I haven't got much experience with that sort of thing myself. Gaming came as I was growing out of that sort of thing, so I'm not big on gaming. Obviously my children do play, so I'm aware of this stuff, which gave me a little bit of insight going into this film. But no, I'd give the film a thumbs up. It was an enjoyable ride. It didn't bore. It's unoffensive. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's worth watching. It's something that I'd certainly pick up on 4K. You know, it was bright, it was lavish, it was visceral, you know, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, a very enjoyable experience. I enjoyed the film immensely. Great film, thumbs up from me. Like I said, I don't give these films a nonsensical number out of 10. Makes no sense. Just whether it's worth seeing, whether it's not worth seeing. This one's worth seeing. It's a lot of fun. Ryan Reynolds delivers, so go and see it. So anyway, so thank you. Those are my thoughts on this film. Yeah, please consider subscribing down below. That'll go a long way to helping grow the channel. And if you want to leave me a comment, please do so. I will get back to you. I do reply to all comments eventually. Also, hit that notification button to be aware of upcoming things that I post. Also, don't forget, please give me a thumbs up and share the video if you so wish. Anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. That's all I ask, a little bit of time. I appreciate you coming along. Appreciate you watching. Tell me your thoughts on the film. Did you like it? Didn't you like it? Let's have a discussion down below. And yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.